Ghost Bunny. Hello and welcome to Chill Zone Gaming with me, Hansi. How are we all doing this evening? Hope you've all had an absolutely wonderful Christmas period. Apologies I've not been on for a while. Have been very busy with the festivities with family. So not really had a chance to stream, but try to get back into it again, back to normal, because I'm back to work tomorrow as well, so thought we carried on with the Sunday tradition of Call of Cthulhu, where it's getting weirder and weirder. As you can probably tell, I have a carbuncle on my head. He seems a little bit invisible, because of the green screen and everything, so he's still visible on me, as you can see, but he's still there. So Carby's going to be joining us. This was a Christmas present from my brother, which I absolutely love and wore all day Christmas Day. I'm just going to quickly open my window because it is a little bit stifling in here. Let's get some cool breeze in before we start the madness that is Call of Cthulhu. So, can't remember where we last were, but we can work on that. So, load the game. Okay, we're on chapter 8. So, Riverside Institute. In the nameless bookstore, Pierce trades the trail of an attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find what the latter and Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. A book covered in human skin lied inside, irresistibly attracted to the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. Well, that can only mean one thing. Badness, and lots of it. But welcome to the Chill Zone. I do like my little Cubby hat. Cubby come out to play. Hee hee. Where's the other ear? It's here, it's off screen. Oh no, it's this ear. There we go. Let's get that ear up as well, shall we? There we go. Let's whoop. Gear keeps flopping. Hup. Hup. Maybe bend that a little bit. There we go. Copy's here. Right, the load screen's up. Let's see what happens. Because I really can't remember. This is what happens when you have a long gap between games. But we'll see. We will see.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
What can you tell me about him?
He was highly agitated an hour ago. We were about to tie him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. I thought he was waking up, but no.
Show me his file.
That's not possible.
Don't tell me Dr. Fuller has taken this file as well. We need it.
That's why I called you. This man's ailment has been hidden from us.
Come on now. What was he treated for?
An intoxication, I was told. After inhaling chemicals.
What are his symptoms?
His temperature has been going down. His skin losing its color. His body rigid. I closed his eyes myself. They were glassing over. I didn't want them to dry out. and I couldn't bear to look at the expression on his face.
You did well. Don't worry. Let's stay professional, if you will. I don't recognize him. Did he just arrive on the island?
He said he worked on the docks, but not with Captain Fitzroy. I think he works for Ms. Baker.
Who?
You know, the woman at the head of their gang. They call her Cat.
Oh, I see.
Do you have other questions?
That'll do for the time being.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
No, Doctor. Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty, yet again.
Again? But there was enough for the whole island.
More and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
Of course.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Very well. I'll examine him. "30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
Interesting. His body is mutated.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Uh-oh.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
Cthulhu!
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
what
examining
I'm doing.
him.
How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients.
Fuck him up.
Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
These are alarming symptoms. If we don't act, he'll die.
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really? What do you mean by isn't himself?
Yeah, that
He's
didn't sound
changing.
suspicious.
His physical characteristics, they are more animal than human now.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
Mum's the word. Told my diary. Again, to follow.
An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects.
Well, okay. Let's just have a look around. Interesting. Yeah, hello.
Chronic insomnia. Like half the island.
Doctor, please. My chest.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands. Hay fever. What's he doing here? He broke his back in an accident down by the docks. She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney.
But how, we ask ourselves. Ah, the medical shit here.
What is the boiler room key doing here? The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
Or can I not take the boiler room key?
The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
Okay, fine. Let's look at this dude. He's,
Intoxication from breathing organic vapors. Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
You did good work. The tranquilizer is kicked in. Now you can disinfect and bandage his wounds.
Thank you, Doctor. And as to his weight loss?
I'll prescribe an antifungal treatment for his dysgeusia. In the meantime, feed him intravenously.
It'll be done.
there you go, buddy. I'm a helping.
Mrs. Sanders? Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
I describes the state in which Irene Sanders entered the residence unit as well as treatments administered to her. Fuller added a handwritten note. He recommends to take her down to the psychiatric wing in order to provide her with the quiet and rest that she needs. Interesting. Okay, buddy.
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Anything else of use of me? Bathroom. Oh, it's got a dead person. Maybe I can give her the easy, buddy. Hang in there. It'll all be okay.
The key to the boiler room.
Yeah.
Not where I expected to find it.
Yeah, I know. Oh, still can't take it. I have to dip it. I can't take it. I need to take it. Right.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
So much to examine. Doing here first. Ah, okay. Here it is. Nope. Okay. So have a look at people's desks. Nothing. Reference book of medical sciences. Like a dictionary, this work references in alphabetical order of all the medical sciences known as known and practiced in the modern world. For each of these entries, the major works and the names of the reference authors are listed.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Why don't you just fucking charming?
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless. No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan.
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
And just wait and see the next time the water's cut off. It's a real show.
Bitches.
The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high. We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, and Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. I'm afraid I can do nothing about it for the moment.
This Spender side note work by Converso correlates an individual's morphology with his criminal predispositions, the seriousness of the study, and the accuracy of the demonstrations can deceive an informed reader. Right. More words that I can't pronounce and read. How are I then? You got anything in the pharmacy? Hello.
We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks.
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
Into the kitchen. Cheerios.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
Dr. Colden?
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. Her kidneys are as new.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so it won't make a difference.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but... It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
Dr. Colden.
That's my name. Apparently.
Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him. In theory, this is where we hang the key to the boiler room. In theory, this is where we hang the key to the boiler room. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
Thank you for your help, Doctor.
Thank you. I'll be going. This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
The file is strangely incomplete and the detail on the treatment is not given. It does not respect standard practice. October 1924.
Dr. Colden.
I'll be going.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
Tell me your symptoms.
I have headaches. And I can't sleep.
Do you suffer from insomnia?
No. Look, I don't want you to laugh at me.
Ethan, if you don't trust me, then who?
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh. There's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory. Please, The fewer interruptions there are, the faster I'll be finished.
The door to the boiler room is locked. Where did I see that key? Ah, yes. The office in Block B.
Duh. I've known where it is all this time, but still. I needed a reason to pick it up. Aha.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait. I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Kind of a tool. Oh, it's just a patient. And that janitor. We're onto something.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion. It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
What now?
It's off. It's not my fault.
Nothing is ever your fault. I told you to control the flow.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here. The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
Study of Central Syndrome, particularly rare mental illness. Subjects display mental disorder linked to an exposure to works of art. Interesting.
I should go another way. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I I've unlocked something. Patient files. I was right.
The senator has hidden inside Fuller's office. He recorded his thoughts about one of the many psychoanalysis sessions he submitted Sarah Hawkins to.
Conclusions, session number 17. Patient, Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar illusions are the price that comes with
This
her
finger
acceptance.
belonged to a woman. Why keep it here? Why is Ethan on medication? Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
Just making sure there's nothing else I've missed.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set them all in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection.
Partially burned shoe. It seems like it belonged to Sarah Hawkins.
I must go back to the basement.
Here we go. Wow, this looks charming. Lovely place for a psychiatric ward. Dark. Be a lot of blood.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Oh, I swear I'll shoot!
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go! Rescue the doctor!
Thank you, Drake.
Huh. Reckless driving, reckless driving. The book projector peers into the boat. Dr. Calder and the detective watch helplessly as Bradley's friend carried out her inquiry. Confronted with the experiments of Fuller, she got into the office and discovered that the director of the Riverside Institute was hiding information on, if not the body of Sarah Hawkins. But she was discovered by Fuller. Pierce must save her before it's too late. Ooh, maybe here comes the action side of things, because I still haven't been able to shoot yet, which apparently I've been able to do, and we're on chapter 9 now. So, I'm curious. Very curious. But let's see what happens. Let's look at the deets on OBS. Everything looks to be good in the green. There's been no dropped frames. All is good. Let's continue.
I pray that Colden is really here and alive.
Diary of the Boss's Wife, Volume 1. Diary of Reverend Wickwood's wife. Her husband John built the first Hawkins home called Hilltop at the end of the 17th century. They were among the first white colonists of the island. Precious inhabitants disappeared mysteriously 3 centuries earlier.
Old diary.
Interesting. Can I read the diary? I have 4 points to spend. 6, 6, 1. I am now an expert. Not quite so good in the occult. 3 in the occult. More than 3 in the occult. I've got 3 to spend. Such a thing. Let's put 3 points in Should we master psychology? Actually, no. Let's do that. And now we want to validate. Okay. Oops. I missed one of them. Did that one. Did that one. Did that one. Did that one. Reading the Necronomicon. Drawn to the whispering of the accursed book, he forced the bookseller's safe. Touched the skin binding, and deciphered the last words of the crazed Abdul Al-Hazar. As if as an answer to the question that Pierce was asking himself, the book sucked him into the mind and projected him into the body of Colden. Silent witness to his own investigation, he followed her steps down into the cellars of the Riverside Institute, and her confrontation with Fowler. Returned to his own body, Pierce slowly comes to understand that his investigation is taking him to unknown territory. The word under the Necronomicon still echo in his mind. Will he ever forget that horrified read? Probably not. Here's the bookseller, huh? More stuff on the occult. Cthulhu. Sorry for the just kind of weird. Dimensional shambler. Interesting. Oh.
The Scylla is here. Like in the vision. Colden came this way. What the... Fuller, too.
Small bottle of sleeping pills probably used on patients who have trouble sleeping when it's night. This collection catalogues and classifies creatures that I had never heard of. Divinities from the stars, creatures capable of traveling from one dimension to another. It presents itself as the reference work on the bestiary of the myth, without giving details to the mythology to which it refers. Its pages are covered with phantasmical illustrations. Well, it didn't freak me out too much, did it?
How old is Fuller, really?
What was that for? 1849. It looked old then. Something's not sitting right with me now.
Right. Enough time wasted. Colden needs me. I must find her. No! No! My God! What is happening to me? What was that? It's as if I'd been transported somewhere else.
fucked up. Medical and secret sciences. This is a very interesting book aimed at a wide public. Demonstrates how non-recognized sciences have influenced modern medicine, magnetism, grandmother's secrets, Chinese acupuncture, hypnosis, herbal medicine, alchemy, and many others have contributed to a certain extent to the enrichment of medicine at the beginning of this century. Okay. That's where I want to go. These walls are here.
What happened? Something has changed, but what?
Clearly I'm going to have to hide from something. What? What am I looking for, people? No way this is a mere coincidence that you're now me here. There is nothing here. Ah. Where's the seal of her? Was that the book I was looking for? I can see into it, but I can't.
Where have I seen this symbol?
Someone's gonna jump out. Okay, so maybe I need the other light. Okay, I think I might get it. I think. Wow, that's just... Ah, interesting. So you clearly want me to go this way. But to what extent do we think? There was nothing here before. What's this? So do I now need other light? That's all bricked off. That I can't do. That's all bricked off. That's all bricked off. Is where we start. Open up that. Walk up here. So every time I do something new unlocks. Is that what I'm getting the gist of? Maybe? I don't know. Let's have a look. So do we think then if I pick up... I'll get to that. I don't understand.
Destiny, it has trapped you.
confronting powers that surpass you.
Interesting. I've obviously got... Interesting. Reference for automatic like a dictionary, this version.
It looks like things are back to normal.
Well, that made me jump just a little bit. I mean, not too much, obviously, but enough. Creatures are fucked up. They remind me of something out of Stranger Things, which is equally disturbing in itself. But it's fun. Well,
What's going on? It never ends. Damnation. That's me. Oh God! I gotta get out. I got.
Pierce, I found her. I finally know what's going on. You must live and find the truth. It is already too late for me.
Colden? What's going on? Was it a hallucination?
Guess we're about to find out. Oh, please don't say he's doing a bomb.
Please take a seat and be quiet, Mr. Pierce. I'll be with you in a moment.
Stop whatever the hell you're doing and turn around now. No, it can't be. No! You son of a bitch! What did you do to her?
I wish I could have done more experiments on you, Mr. Pierce.
I said, what did you do to her?
You shouldn't be sorry for your friend. You should envy her.
Murderer! This madness must stop! Colden?
He's pretty fucking dead. What, am I not allowed to examine her? Alright, son of a bitch is going down. Oh, well, isn't this one magical? There's always a handy lantern around, I'm not gonna lie. Raw, creepy. This has some very good creepy elements too, which I'm quite fond of. But what the? Don't know how I feel about all of this.
What in God's name? Sarah. What did they do to you? Can you speak?
He gave him the gold and I the azure. I don't see him very often anymore. The green is stronger.
Are you feeling ill?
I'm here, but no.
Let's get you out of here.
It comes in my dreams. Our minds melt like colors on a palette.
Come with me.
It's of the oldest green. A violent living, vibrant. A sea green, maybe. No.
Mrs. Hawkins, we must go before someone finds out.
Oh, but he will. He always knows these things when it's about me.
I have seen the same color. It was not as vivid as you said.
A pale copy. A discarded spawn.
Do you know what it was? Tell me.
I can't. We should not call his name. Terrible, terrible consequences.
All right. Come with me.
He will know. He will find us.
One more reason to hurry.
Have I seen you before?
Can you walk?
Maybe.
Then let's go before your husband finds us. It was in your studio.
What?
You painted me. That's where you saw me.
Of course. The men in white are coming.
You mean the guards?
This way. Follow me.
What the?
Oh no.
This way. Just you wait. Won't get far.
Wait. The machine. It's the green. The decaying one.
The gas.
Yes. It's not good for living beings.
We don't have time for that.
I am not moving until the wrong is set right.
Damn it.
I'd be better off finding a tool. Perfect.
All right. That should do it. Let's move.
Uh-oh.
Where the hell do you think you're going, woman?
I'm your puppet no more, you bastard!
You're my wife. My wife. You owe me obedience.
Leave her alone! We're leaving this crazy island.
You are going nowhere. Don't get between me and my wife.
You get thrown around a lot, mate.
Nobody tells me what to do with my wife. How dare you? should I let you take her away when I could snap your neck?
All you did for her safety was throwing her in this rat hole.
I hid her well enough.
You let Fuller play with her.
Stop. I did everything I could to protect her. But her identity, her power, is what threatens her.
What?
Sarah has seen things, has made things you can't even begin to imagine. Would you still save her if I told you that she is even more dangerous than I am?
She's weak, physically and mentally.
Do not make the mistake of thinking she's a feeble woman. Sarah has been in the presence of the myth for too long. Even if she were to leave Darkwater, she would still hear his call. And the cult will always be here, waiting for her.
Then we get rid of its members.
You are out of your league, detective. They control the whole island. She will finally surrender to his power, and the world will fall with her.
Don't!
No one can escape the wheel of destiny, they say. But I will change it. I will save Sarah.
Oh, well, shit. Weren't expecting that. Where the fuck did that come from? Okay, Chapter 9, Hawkins Mansion. After the death of Colden Pierce, victim of the hallucinations of outside the Riverside Institute, to the point of discovering Sarah Hawkins alive, prisoner of Dr. Fuller, the last confrontation between Charles Hawkins and his wife had revealed that the man, under his monstrous appearance, tried to protect her from the influence of the myth. He warned Pierce, if Sarah succumbs to the lure of the occult, she will lose all free will, allowing the cult to bring its plans to fruition. Summon an ancient and evil god. Henceforth, Pierce must know more about Sarah Hawkins' intentions to find a way to protect her.
No parent should have to bury their child, knowing it's me that put him there. The guilt will never go away.
I feel your pain.
I'll do anything to get him back. Anything. My work was what lured me here in the first place. It began showing me things I never should have painted.
Charles should never have seen.
What am I to you? I took care of you, saved you from your miserable life. You'll never find a man better than me. You owe me.
I owe you nothing. We'll leave now.
You're not going anywhere. You are mine!
Simon.
Come on. It's over now.
So is it Cthulhu or the Leviathan that we're up against here? I'm confused. I feel like the occult and medical I can't do anything with. That I've already done. So hidden objects, I need 6. Do we just work towards 1 or hidden object? I feel psychology is a good way to go since I'm an expert. But then again, I haven't watched. I kind of want to go down the psychological point. Also, hidden objects might be expert professional. Let's. I mean, cost of truth. While Pierce's sanity has grown dangerously weaker, his increased sensitivity to the occult opens new ways for him. On rare occasions, he is now able to unearth hidden truths when he speaks to the inhabitants of the island. As with everything connected to the myth using it comes at a cost. So have I missed a lot? Oh, do you?
Mr. Pierce, we were waiting for you.
Good. Sarah doesn't have much time.
What are you doing here?
Did you think I would let you confront the occult without supervision?
This is too dangerous for a bookworm like you.
Algernon, I need to talk to Mr. Pierce.
Very well, Sarah. I will be in Charles Hawkins' office.
You seem different.
Yes. When I woke up this morning, my mind was sharper. Cleaner. I can still hear the voice calling me. It is so strong, so ancient, enticing, dangerous. I may never be able to escape his grip, but for now I can keep it at bay. I know what I owe you, Mr. Pierce, but I can't come back to Boston with you.
I saw everything. The tunnels under your house, the rituals, the secret society. I must get you out of its reach.
I know how dangerous they can be to me. But first, there's the Wanderer. I must find it and kill it. I am the only one who can end its slaughter.
No. No, you will come with me to Boston.
I owe you no obedience.
This isn't about what you want or don't want to do. You would risk destroying the world just because you can't face the consequences of your actions.
I am willing to atone for my sins.
No. You're just trying to erase all proof of the mistakes you've made.
I know what I have done. I will not rest until the creature is sent back to its dimension.
You can't give up, even knowing the stakes.
Yes, thank you.
Still, I won't let you go.
What?
You will stay here until I find a safe way to return to Boston.
That's ridiculous. Listen, Algernon knows of a way to protect me. Help him find what he seeks, and we may all survive this battle.
All right. I'll help you.
Okay. Uh-huh. Right, where was the office? In here? Yep.
Seeing you again. Ah, it's you. I'm here for her, not you.
I don't care why you're here. Your usefulness is the only thing that matters. How do we protect Mrs. Hawkins from the influence of the forces that claim her?
By following Charles Hawkins. That imbecile of a thief, of course.
What do you mean?
He found something. An amulet. The symbol engraved on it could protect Sarah.
Could?
We are dealing with forces that by far surpass what your intellect can process. Feel free to ask me any question regarding the matters that exceed your grasp.
What is the true nature of the Necronomicon?
I see that you are interested in my precious book. It is the definitive book of knowledge of the occult, Mr. Pierce, written by Abdul al-Hazred. It is the answer to many a question.
That is why it's so highly valued.
Yes, and even though it is a copy, given to me as a gift by Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University, the work remains very powerful.
I understand better why you keep it in a safe. This creature, the Shambler, what is it?
It is a hunter. It travels from one dimension to another to hunt down its prey.
Francis Sanders was one of its victims. How could a creature like that end up in one of Mrs. Hawkins' paintings?
Sarah has an uncommon gift. A connection with entities that live beyond our reality. I doubt that she was aware at the time, but when she painted the picture in a certain way, she called it.
And now it remains in our reality.
Let us say that it uses the painting as a portal into our reality, and we make enticing prey for it.
That's why we must find a way of sending it back to where it came from permanently. The dagger with the strange sign. Was it you who sold it to Francis Sanders?
If you are referring to the dagger of the ancients, then yes, it was me. Why?
Do you know what he intended to do with it?
Francis was primarily a collector of occult objects. He liked rare items such as the dagger. But I doubt he knew its purpose.
It allowed me to send the creature you call the Shambler back into the painting.
Fascinating. But I am afraid that this might only be short-lived.
You mean that thing could come back?
Yes, that is why I am looking for a more permanent solution.
It must never come back. A genius like you must have already found a way to get rid of this creature, yes?
I sense your sarcasm, but it does happen that, yes, I do have a solution. I think I can destroy it, but for that I must approach the creature, and to be able to do so, I need the key to Rie.
Another one of your baubles.
It is no bauble, unbeliever. It is a very powerful protection, able to repel very ancient forces. Much more effective than your cult.
What does it look like?
It is a golden amulet, bearing very ancient inscriptions and an elder sign at its center. A star with an eye in the middle.
I've already seen that sign. Where can we find it?
Therein lies the problem. That foul thief, Charles, has hidden it somewhere. I found this drawing among his personal effects. I think that it has something to do with the location of the amulet.
I'll follow this lead. You continue searching.
That is what I intend to do. As for you, return here the second you find it. I don't want it to disappear again.
Let's search around the house first. There somewhere. Find the bust, find the bust. Where the bust, sign the burst. Where the bust, right. Okay, we can get up there. Okay, so let's. Where could it be? There's a bus there. There, bus everywhere, bust. Another bust. Another bust. Is it this bust? Nope. Oh, this one. Oh. What are you doing there?
How are you, Bradley?
Ah, it's you, Pierce. I'm just worried about Marie. I mean, Dr. Colden. Have you had any news?
I'm so sorry, Bradley. I could do nothing to save her.
What do you mean? What happened?
I'm not sure what happened. But I found her body in the cellars of Riverside.
You sure that you've got nothing to do with it? If she hadn't tried to help you, she might still be alive.
I'm sorry. Truly.
It's that slug, Fuller. I swear I'll shoot him. What do you say, Pierce? Are you with me?
Have no fear, Bradley. Dr. Fuller will not escape the clutches of destiny for long. Sooner or later, he will be judged for what he has done. You just need to have faith.
What are you talking about? What's this story of destiny? No, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna wait for some mystical intervention. I'll take care of him. Myself.
We must do something for those who are still alive, Bradley. Sarah is still in danger as long as the cult is active. We need to see this through, otherwise Marie's death will have been in vain.
You're, the voice of reason, Pierce. As always. I prefer to be alone.
Okay. I understand. Let's look at this goddamn bust. This one? Nope. That was a door that I can now enter. I feel sorry for Bradley. I really do. Clearly cared for Le Docteur, what's her name? Dr. Colden. He's sad. He's very sad. Where the fuck is this goddamn frickin'... Please be in here.
Was Sarah Hawkins telling the truth? What kind of ritual was she preparing? Was the painting of the Shambler displayed here? Mrs. Hawkins never told me why she was in possession of the Necronomicon.
Hackers.
She was trying to send back the Shambler. Knowing Mrs. Hawkins, I bet she was willing to fight. Charles Hawkins was ready to do anything to protect his wife. If the amulet can protect Sarah Hawkins from the influence of the mythos, I must find it.
I know exactly where this is. I already know where it is, so I just want to scout around a bit, folks, and see if I can find any clues. I know where this is. Oh, okay, there's a button up here as well. This game gets more interesting as I go along. I definitely am enjoying it. The kitty boy room.
This is the amulet that Drake was looking for.
This amulet is engraved with the Elder Sign. Drake calls it the key of... I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Family believes that this artifact is of great power. Well, we'll hold on to that. Investigation is where I wanted to go first. Psychology was probably my second bit, but you know, we'll see. Up. Okay, can't show you. I'll show the amulet to Drake. Where are you, Drake? Are you here in this office? Hello.
Ah, it's you again.
I think I've found what we're looking for.
Let me see that. Yes, that's it. It's perfect. We are saved.
I must tell Mrs. Hawkins.
Yes, do that. Ah, it's you again.
That's all I wanted to know.
All in good time.
Damn it. The entrance to the tunnel has been buried following the cave-in. But at least I didn't dream it.
Back to Mrs. Hawkins. Oh, hi.
I have it. It's a strange amulet. I hope it will protect you, considering that nothing will help you change your mind.
You must understand, I already went too far.
What have you seen that's so terrible you convinced yourself that you had to risk so much?
I can't tell you now.
This story is going to end badly.
Yes. Chief West is here with Sullivan.
Bradley, you take care of Sarah. I will deal with them.
You sure? All right.
I've been hearing about you a lot lately. You seem to enjoy causing trouble.
Nice job, Chief. You got me. Great police work.
You can try to play smart with me all you want, Pierce. Witnesses have identified you as the one who set fire to Riverside.
Witnesses? How convenient. That's not the whole story, is it?
I don't care about your stories. Save them for the judge. You know, us cops, we base our investigation on facts and testimonies. You might want to try that next time.
You bet I will.
Okay, I'm slightly confused. Chapter 10, Darkwater Police Station. With the help of Algernon, Drake Pierce has obtained an amulet that is supposed to protect Sarah Hawkins against the evil powers of the covert her. The painter told him of her desire to track and kill the dimensional shambler in order to atone for her sins. Before Pierce could stop her, he was arrested by the police. Well. I feel like this might be a might be a good place to stop. It's just coming up to 11 o'clock now. Do need to have some food before, as I do have work tomorrow. So I think this would be a good place to stop. Well, let's see. Is it going to show a cutscene? Probably is. If I end the game now, do you know? Let's just see what happens here, and we'll stop it. So at least you guys get to see the full ins and outs of what happens here.
You know, I've heard a lot about you, Mr. Pierce.
All good, I hope.
It appears that you've been involved in a variety of misdemeanors since your arrival on Darkwater. Entering private property, twice. Aggression, insulting behavior, and to top it all, arson.
Alright. That's where we'll leave it. And we'll start the questioning for next time. But once again, thank you very much, guys, for joining me tonight. I hope you've enjoyed. I feel like we might be coming to the end of this game, but I'm not 100% sure. I feel like there's still a lot that hasn't really come out or been explained, but we will see. This week coming up, hopefully Wednesday, we'll be back on with D&D. Obviously, last week or this week, just been, we were unable to do because it was Christmas Day. But yeah, hopefully we'll be continuing on with D&D on Wednesday, and I would like to get a couple more streams in as well. Maybe carry on with some more Call of Cthulhu. Could be a bit of 7 Days to Die with Acidic Virus and Lollipop Anakin. But definitely will be more streams. Obviously, we've got New Year's coming up as well. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to stream on New Year's Eve, as we are hosting a party, so If I can sneak out for a few hours, then I will. But we will see. But once again, guys, thank you for joining me. My name is Hansi. You've been watching Chill Zone Gaming. Good night, folks.